Hey everybody, you have McGann here on the Fanily channel. I have my husband Shin up here at the top.
Hello.
And I'm really excited about today's because I was a Sega kid and we have Sonic Speed Battle, the supersonic card game sent to us by Cass. And the really neat, unique thing about this game is that there are 3 different modes that you can play with 24 characters possible. We're going to show you the game that features the first 8 today because it has Sonic.
We're going to select characters, and the opposite side of all the other characters is a reference to the game mode that you are playing.
And as you can probably tell by the art style, this is based on Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. The game is designed for 2 to 4 players, ages 8+, and it takes about 30 minutes. It's made by Sonic fans, and it's supposed to really shine through in the way that the game plays, so I'm excited to get started on this one.
Yeah, there's so many characters. There's some deep cuts here, some that I was just not expecting. Let's get into the speed battle game. First things first is we need to find out who our characters are.
Oh, we don't get to pick? I guess everybody would fight over, like, the main...
Exactly. Well, the reason is that if you might have noticed in the upper corner of everyone's card, they have a number value, and that is how fast they inherently are.
Oh.
And so that's going to come into play, and if everyone's got that, then everyone's going to try and choose Sonic.
I take it then the lower number is the fastest.
Yes, that is correct. Obviously, it's going to start with Sonic, then Shadow, then Metal Sonic, and it gets less important from there. But go ahead and select 2 cards. And don't look at them quite yet, because I need you to select 2 cards for me.
Oh, I gotta pick yours?
I mean, not normally, but I'm holding them, so...
1, 2...
Okay, now here's the fun part. Put these face down, so we don't know who's there. Again, we do have a reference on this side, so look at the 2 cards that you have. Okay,
Can I show my cards?
Well, I'm going to show them to our audience, and I lucked out. I got a decent pick, so I'm going to select one of these as my character, and the other one turns upside down to be my personal reference card. So I got Shadow.
The upside down one is the one not in play, is that correct?
Correct.
All right, so look away.
Well, I'm going to find out here in a second anyway, but go ahead.
And...
Oh, of course. Of course. For this particular game mode, we start with 5 cards to each player. And let's go over our powers really quick. As Shadow, it says that if I end the turn with no cards, I draw 5 cards. And as Sonic...
when you score, you may discard a card with the same number to get an extra point.
Okay, so points are denoted on the score tracker. Notice it has the 0 there, and we'll gradually move this over, 3, 4, 5. The objective is to get to 10 points, but you also have to be in a distinct lead. So if we both hit 10 at the same time, we'll go back to here, 10, 11, 12, up to the point where one of us definitively pulls ahead.
These are what our game cards pretty much look like. I think that represents all of them that I remember seeing, but there might be an extra 1 or 2 in there. There is at least 1 more in there.
Okay, so just like regular cards, there are 4 quote-unquote suits, and each one will have an ability when you play it, and they are denoted right here on your reference card. The first thing we're going to decide is what we want to do. To score points, you need to race. If you either have a terrible hand or you have no cards in your hand, you can choose to spin. If you have no cards, you have to spin. And spin just says you're not going to score any points, you're going to discard your hand if you have any, and draw 5 new cards.
How many cards can we play?
Just 1.
Just 1. Okay. Who goes first, or do we go together?
We go together. So, face down. Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so good news. We did not play the same card, so we're going to score points. So we go to effects. I am protected from the ring effect, as I am invincible. And you, when you score this, you can discard a card to gain an additional point. If we had match, we would go into a homing attack, and I'm sure it's going to come up at some point, so I'm not going to go into it right now. But because we don't, I score a point. Dink. And you score a point.
Do I get 2 because I have a 2?
No. All this is a marker compared to each other.
Oh, okay.
So these will go to the discard pile. However, since you scored with the shoes, you can discard a card to gain an extra point if you want to pull ahead.
Sure.
Okay, so we discard that. And now you are at 2. So you are the lead player now.
Because I'm fastest.
Well, you already were, but for the first round, it's always who's here. But now that you have more points, you have pulled ahead. So you are now the lead player.
So I assume now we do the same thing again?
Correct. Now, since you have been in the lead both of these, we're going to start with you. You decide going to race or spin.
Race.
Okay, so card down. And it is my prerogative, as I am behind, I get to see where you're going. I get to decide, okay, do I really want to race this one or do I want to spin? And I think that I want to also race.
Okay.
One, two, three. Okay, same as last time. Now, you get to draw 2 cards because you have a spring. And I will discard to score an extra point. You score a point, and we are tied again at 3. But since you are the faster player, we're still going to start with you.
Okay, so I'm going to race.
Yes, I will race.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, we still have not matched, so we're still scoring.
We don't have to fight.
Correct. We get 1 point, and since we both have shoes, we may discard to score an extra point. So at the moment we're at 5 each. However, my special ability kicks in, and if you end a turn with no cards, I draw 5, which means I don't have to spend my next turn spinning.
Oh, then can I still activate my special ability now?
You have been able to the entire time. I will be lenient. Yes.
Until you did it, I didn't quite understand I could do it. Okay, so when I score, which was just a second ago, you may discard a card with the same number, which mine was a 1, and get an extra point. So I will do that.
Let it be shown what a forgiving husband I am. All set.
Yes. I'm gonna race.
I too shall race.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, 2 and 3.
So mine is draw 2 cards.
And I will discard an extra card to score points. Dun and dun.
I played the spring.
And did you score a point for it?
No.
You still.
Oh, I scored.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, as long as you don't get into a homing battle, you're always scoring a point.
Okay.
At least 1.
My bad.
So once again, we are tied.
Still tied.
But you are Sonic with a speed of 1. I am Shadow with speed 2.
All right,
so
I'm
you are
going to
still
race.
in the head.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. We both score a point. We are both at 8. And we both draw 2 cards. You're still in the lead.
Okay, I'm thinking. All right, I'm going to race.
Me too.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, so first time we've seen a ring, you discard 1 card. And now you may draw 2 cards.
And I got a point for playing that card, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And wait, I'm going to activate my thing. If I discard a card with the same number, I get an extra point. So there's my other one. I'm now at 10.
Oh, and since I'm only at 9, I believe that means you win.
Oh, I just won the whole thing. I'm still drawing my 2.
Let's play through a homing attack really quick. Do you have any 2s?
I do not have any 2s. I only have 1s.
Do you have a 2?
Nope, 3. Okay, so hold on. Let's just double clarify. I just won the game because I got to 10 and you were not close enough to me.
Correct.
And now you're just trying to find... What numbers do you have?
We just need the same. I have 2s.
Here, have a 3. Okay, so then if we were to do a race at 1, 2, 3, and we both have the number 3...
Okay, so now we enter a homing battle, and we are basically doing that whole spinny, bonk, 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 bonk until somebody's knocked off to the side. What we are going to do now is, starting with the lead player, which when you're in a homing battle, it's whoever has the most points in the homing battle, still you. So you have to play an additional 3.
An additional 3 card? I do not have another 3.
Okay, that means that you are out.
Okay, so what does that mean scoring-wise?
Okay, so if you are knocked out of the homing battle, what would happen is she'd play a 3, I'd play a 3 until one of us can't. If you can't or don't want to play another card, then you are bumped out of the homing battle. And now that it is down to just me, because if we had more players, we'd have to go back and forth, I score 1 point for every other player that was in the homing battle that I beat. So in this case, I would get 1 for knocking you out. And then I get my regular score for having a card out that no longer has an opponent. And if I wanted to, because they're the shoes, I could discard an extra card. So I could theoretically have gotten 3, 4, or even 5 points if we had a whole bunch of players and I beat them all.
And I assume that when you're doing a homing battle and you're throwing your cards down, the effects do not take place.
That is correct. Okay. And I'm glad you brought that up.
Just wanted to make sure that was clarified. And the last thing I'm going to go over before we stop is we've done a race every time, which is where you put 1 and flip it over. You can also say spin, which would be discard everything in your hand and then draw 5 fresh new cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that would be spin, and you would do that instead of flipping the card for that turn.
And of course, if you spin, you do not score that turn.
Yeah, so it's a gamble, and it's gonna waste your ability to go as fast as possible. But I know this is only one of the 3 different game modes. If you guys like this and you're watching it, leave us comments. We will do content for the other 2 game modes. I just wanted to make sure we got the one with Sonic done and on the books.
This has been
Sonic Speed Battle, the supersonic card game by Kess. And if you would like to get a copy of this game, we will have a link in the description below to take you to Amazon. It's also at your local game stores, Target, Books A Million, Barnes & Noble, pretty much most of the places that you would look for board games. And we want to thank Kess again so much for sending us this. Sonic, again, my favorite. I was a huge Sega kid. Forget Nintendo. Genesis does what Nintendo doesn't.
And I was actually going to comment, I love how they have the little character icons.
So other than that, guys, thank you again, Kess. Please, you fellows watching, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. All of that good stuff is free for you and really helps us out as a channel. And other than that...
Remember, everyone, the Fanily that plays together stays together. Thanks, everyone.
Bye. If you had fun watching today's video, don't forget to subscribe so that you can see more, and let us know in the comments what other videos you might want to see in the future. Also, don't forget to check out our other channel, The Fangirl, where we talk about all kinds of movies, TV shows, and even books and comics. But viewer discretion is advised. See you next time, Fanily members!